Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Headmaster's Homeroom. I am Lady Hamilton. If this is your first time with me, welcome. Welcome to the homeroom. I love to be able to show you guys different ideas, bring you wonderful guests, and I'm always so excited when you guys are here and when you say hi to me. So welcome, everybody, to this Friday night. We have some really great gift ideas. I've heard this out on the social medias, like, what should I do on Sundays? What would you guys like to do? And I saw a few people cry out on gift ideas. So tonight we're going to celebrate all night talking about gift ideas for the holidays, because believe it or not, we only have like 10 or 11 weeks before Christmas comes around. So, and a great thing about this is I'm going to be doing, I have a few favorites, okay, and I'll tell you as we go. But I'm actually going to be doing and showing you how to make these or do these on my Sunday show. So I'm going to try to do between 10 or 12 different one of these gift ideas for you guys, help you show you how to do them. I have links that I can share with you all. If you reach out, say, I really love that one, just reach out on my social medias and let me know. And I'll see if I can either do it on a Sunday show or share a link with you. So I've done some research. I've looked online at a whole bunch of different things, and I've really found some really cool ideas I hope that you guys enjoy. So before we get started, let me make sure I have done this. Where to find me. You can always find me on True Social at Lady Hamilton Art. You can find me on Facebook at Lady Hamilton Art and Twitter, Lady Hamilton AR1. You can also go to my website, which is ladyhamiltonart.com. You can reach me there. So there's so many different ways to reach me. And we're going to talk with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. I've been talking about this. If you guys don't know, I'm a headmaster. That's why it's called Headmaster's Homeroom. I'm a headmaster of a nationwide private online art integrated accredited school. So I can, we started with high school. We're working down. I'm personally taking on elementary this year and learning a lot. I talked about that last week with everybody and how much we are holding our children back. So, with the whole movements going on and the transgender, if that's not bad enough, it's unbelievable how much our youth can do. And like I said, I will literally, and I'm on YouTube. Hopefully they don't kick me out for saying this. I get banned a lot for saying this, but I say all youth are possible. What do I mean by that? It's exactly what I'm learning. We are so holding them back, and instead of teaching them foundations and, things that they're going to be successful on, it just blows my mind with the system. So I want to show you an interesting truth, and let me share this with you. Because I love True Social. Don't get me wrong. It's probably my home, as far as social media. And hi to all you guys out there. Thank you so much for your support. But even on True Social, I've been saying they've taken away followers, like 3,000 of my followers on my school's website, school site, not me, Lady Hamilton, but under HamiltonLiberty Academy. And I only get like 17 shares when I post out stuff about my schools. And I hear this all the time. We don't even know you exist. And then I see it happening to my friends. And that's what I'm going to share with you right now. Hopefully this is the one. No, it's not. Wrong one. Let me just fix that. It's sharing the wrong one here, guys. Give me 1 second. This is a good time to like the video, even though we're just starting, because it's just like the me show here, everyone. And I'm just so happy to be with you. So let's see if this is the right one. Hopefully it is. Yes, it is. Okay. I had a great friend and a wonderful person on last week. You know, Kitten was with me, and shout outs to her and her crew. Thank you so much for being with me. She's a great business as we're talking about buying gifts. I hope you guys all know that, you know, we need to support each other. But this came out. She said, let me get this straight. A damn single dating app can get a sponsored truth ad here on Truth Social, but a small business can't. All I got to say is, wow, how low has True Social fallen? And this is the dating app. I can't, right? And that comes from my good friend. She is now my good friend now, Kitten. But that comes from her too. I mean, I can't even buy an ad. I mean, Facebook will kick me off. Twitter will kick me off. I'm probably personally banned on a lot of things when it comes to my school because they do not want our children to be smart. But this is something else. If there's something you guys could do for me, I mean, 17 shares when I have 4,000 followers is ridiculous. And this just kind of reminded me of this today. I went to the doctor's last week. Oh man, did I have a last week? And poor Kitten was on my show and I had fallen, cracked my head open. I was probably a little disorientated. But I went up for a follow-up today at my doctor's office just to make sure everything's good. And I'm good, everyone. I just had a really hurt head. I mean, it was sore for a while. And also a funeral to deal with next door, which was really sad, and prayers for that, my neighbors and their family. But I was talking to the nurse today, and number one, they don't even know True Social exists. Okay, there's so many people out there that don't even know about different social media. As she's talking to me about local news, and I'm telling her about Rumble. And hello to everyone who's watching me on Rumble. I love Rumble, right? So if there's anything you guys could do, we need to get more people to understand, you know, where True Social is and where Rumble is so that they can see other alternatives, right? But that's a great thing to do, is help me share that out, because you may not have kids that need my help, but I guarantee you there are people out there that have children that need my help, right? So that would be a huge thing for me, is if you guys could help me just share the word, right? Get it out there, because I can't even buy an ad, as you can see. Right. So I'm trying. And hopefully if anybody who's on True Support's listening to me, I'm trying, you know, I'm really trying. But come on, guys, you got to help us. So another way we can help each other is support each other. Which brings me to the fact that I have two groups. One of the groups is called Community of Service. It is a private group because I will be sharing Zoom links on there that we can all meet, get to know each other, support each other, find out, you know, we're not alone, talk to each other, whatever we want to do, but definitely supporting each other. The whole reason I have this show is because I bring people like Kitten or artists like Ray. And, you know, I won't say our artist of the week, but he's been a guest on before. But authors, artists, businesses. I mean, I bring you on here because I want to make sure that we are supporting our local and nationwide people, and not China anymore, or Amazon. I'm sorry, I love Amazon. I did love Amazon, but you know, I don't use them, you know, unless I absolutely have to and can't find it anywhere else. But that's really rare anymore because I'm trying my best to support my fellow people. Okay, so we got to do that. And that, you know, it's free for us to like share each other's posts and make sure that those things are getting shared, especially if they're not going to let those things get out there. I mean, if you've got, I think she's got, I don't know, 15, 20,000 followers, right? And she can't get shares. I mean, that's just going to show you that social media and whatever the algorithm and stuff is really suppressing us. And it hurts me. I'm sure it hurts her and the other businesses as well, too. And artists, you guys all know I have an art group, too. We'd all love to sell our art. And it helps, even if we don't sell our art, you know, which we want to, don't get me wrong. But it's a breath of fresh air. I mean, in this time when everything's crazy and we're at war here and our country's going to crap, right? Every once in a while, it's nice to just see a prayer, a scripture, or a beautiful piece of art, right? And so this is really, I call it cleansing of our stream. I think that's what it's called when you just see it cleanse. And it's a beautiful piece of art. I need it. I love waking up and looking into my group and seeing all these different things, from musicians to artists to poets to recycled materials to just whatever. I mean, it's just so beautiful. It makes my morning. And I always like to look for a scripture too on truth or wherever I'm looking. It just helps my morning after I come out of prayer and whatever, right? So do that. Help support each other. It's really amazing. So as we get into this, I have like 90 different gifts ideas I'm going to share with you guys. We're going to try to get through them all. But I want you to think of something. First, I'll think of local support, right? If you can afford it and do it, please support each other. And that makes the world to me. Buy some artwork. Go buy a custom-made shirt like I had done for my daughter, and I'm hoping to do for my husband. But maybe that's too much for you. I don't know your budgets. But as you're thinking of what I'm showing you, I want you to think of the dollar store, the thrift store, and what do I have at home? Okay, because these are some amazing gifts that maybe you have stuff lying around you could turn into something. Maybe you have stuff at home that you can use to bake something. Maybe you can go to the dollar store and find things that you can beautify, and with these different ideas. So I'm not coming to you with, here's a lot of money. I'm trying to keep it as cheap as I possibly can, because I know, trust me, I know our budgets are really, they're hurting right now. Everybody is struggling. Not everybody, but a lot of us are struggling, right? So just keep that in mind. And I love repurpose things. I love going to my thrift store and finding things and redoing them or decorating them and giving them out as a gift. It's another one that you could do. I just really love using recycled materials. Okay. And I love, so I love to cook. I was a chef for a very long time before all this, before becoming a headmaster and now a podcast host. I was a chef for over 20 years. So I do love to bake and cook. And that's something I like to do for you on Sundays, which I'm going to try to continue to keep on doing. I want to show you a gift idea and then maybe hopefully show you something to cook as well too, because you guys, I see that you guys are loving that. And it is absolutely a pleasure. We went to the apple orchards. And so on Sunday, I was making apple pies and I was doing carameled apples. I took them over to my neighbors. And of course, the teens and the kids all grabbed a caramel apple right off the tray. I didn't even know if they made it in. But, I know during a hard time and during a funeral, we crave sweet things. We want comfort foods. We want comfort. And so those are some really great things. And to be able to share local, beautiful apples, which the juice was literally just draining down my arms. It was just unbelievable. And when you try local foods, I'm telling you, everybody, it is amazing. Like I said, just talking to my doctor today, which is a naturopath. I love that. And he has a DO in the office too, but just, and I'm going to share one of his gift ideas. You guys are going to freak out. I was like, you make what? And it's so easy. And I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I'm going to show you how to make this on one of my shows, not this Sunday, but maybe next Sunday. And he was just talking about, kind of things of what he would do with his children or at their school and things that, it just would blow my mind. So he gave me a really good idea, whether you just keep it for yourself or you make it and share it out. It is really a great idea. So many great things. So please also look for me on my social medias, because I'm going to try to share some of these things in different posts, at least the 10 or 12 favorites that I have, just so you can see and highlight. I'm going to be making this on Sunday or whatever, so you guys can see these things too. But like I said, if you see something on this list, please just reach out to me and let me know. And maybe I can either do it for a Sunday show, or I can help share how to do that, or any ideas that you might have, any questions you have, just put them here in the stream as well, or in the permanent chats. Okay. And I'm going to try to check them as I go here, but I'm excited. So The first one, let me load this up. I'm just real excited. Let me get this up. Comes from the doctor. So, and like I said, I'm not going to make it this weekend because I have a guest. Surprisingly, it's a little backwards. But we have the wonderful Nurse Hamilton coming in, Nurse Patrick coming in Sunday. So that will be exciting. But you guys, this is why I'm starting with this. And then, of course, we'll talk about honey in a minute. But I love honey. Honey, I've told this over and over again, is one of the most perfect foods for you. In fact, Nurse Patrick calls it like one of God's perfect medicines. He loves honey. Honey is a great gift to give to people. It never goes bad. I'm going to definitely make sure that after I show this, it's one of our sponsors. I love their honey. It is magical, especially their turmeric honey is my favorite by far. Excuse me. So that being said, the first one that I'm going to show you, look at this, is mead. I don't know if you guys know what mead is. I had totally forgotten about it. It's been years since I've tested or tasted mead. And he's like, do you know how simple it is to make mead? I mean, they've been making mead for thousands of years, right? And it's made with honey. And I'm just like, look at you. I just could not believe it. And so this is so simple. He's like, I just use a 5-gallon bucket. I throw some blackberries in there. I throw in, I do remember he told me it was like a couple liters of honey and water. And then he uses champagne yeast. And he puts a lid with a little vent on it, stores it in a cool place for a month. Now get that, it has to go for a month. So if you're going to be doing this, you got to be doing this pretty close because it's going to be ready to go right before the holidays. And I thought, what a great idea. What a great idea that would be for a gift. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make some because, like I said, I have not tasted this in years. And we just picked and froze. And if you see my Sunday shows, I showed you guys one of the things of how to freeze our berries and save them for later. And I have blackberry bushes everywhere. So I have an abundance of blackberries. And so when he said blackberry, I was like, oh, I have those and I have honey. And I'm like, I am going to make this and I'm going to, not only am I going to taste it, but I'm definitely going to give it out as a gift, maybe to a few people that I know. I thought, what a great idea, which brings me to our first sponsor. So what another great idea is, I love local honeys. Local honeys really help with allergies. Okay. And so just, all honey will help with great healing and inflammation and things like that. But if you have severe allergies, I highly encourage you to have local honey because that will really help with your allergies. But if you want some of the best honey, and I'm not just saying this, you guys have seen me cook with it. You guys, I highly encourage you to try some. This would be an amazing gift as well. And a great way to support our wonderful friends and family that are from Maui, which are still struggling, everyone. They are still struggling. So they're one of our sponsors. I promise you, they have some of the best honey I've ever tasted in the world. And I have been a lot of places around the world. Quite the world traveler, from South Africa to Australia to Ethiopia to Canada, Mexico, Cuba. I mean, I've been a lot of places. So when I say this is some of the best honey, I mean that. And that's also coming from a chef, right? They had all different kinds of local honeys brought to me. And the flowers that they are getting this honey from are just unbelievable. But it's a great way to support our wonderful friends and family, like I said, in Maui. And you also get 22% off. So let's get our first sponsor going, and that's Be Nourished, everyone.
Honey. It's one of the greatest gifts to man. With millions of wildflowers in every bottle, the nourishing power of honey is still yet to be fully discovered. Be Nourished Healing Products combines healing ingredients from around the planet to the purest honey from the island of Maui to bring magic to your taste buds. The best honey from the most beautiful place to nourish your body mind, and soul. From our hearts to yours, be nourished.
All right, we're back. All right, so I want you guys to think about, that's a great gift. I probably wouldn't make the meat in it. You need to buy probably quart jars of it, and but that is a really good gift and something to have around the house. They have so many different varieties, from your organic dragon fruits to mushrooms to I love the turmeric and the raw. I mean, I love them all, but the turmeric one, the reason I bring that up is because turmeric is such a powerful spice, and the way they blend it is unbelievable and very much helps with inflammation. So I love them, and thank you. Shout outs to Be Nourished. Thank you for being a sponsor for us. But again, if you're going to make mead, you're going to need, definitely a couple of quart jars, quart jars full of honey. So, and a great way to support your locals, right? And that one of these days I will get some hives. Maybe we talk about that a lot, about having hives of our own, but I'm not so sure about having the bees around. I like them around, but I'm not a beekeeper. But I do have chickens and stuff like that, and pigs and so forth. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe beekeepers in my future. All right, so I'm going to load this back up, and we're going to talk about this. Again, I have several things to show you and ideas to show you. And I'm going to be doing I'm going to try for 10 to 12 of these on my Sunday shows, which you can find me. Same links, guys, everyone, but at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays for Sunday Solutions with the Headmaster. Okay, so here we go. We have our wonderful, wonderful mead. I'm going to put this in present, and let me just double check that you guys can see that. There we go. All right. Mead, right? How to make mead. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. My mouse. I have never done this, but if you guys know how to do this, and this is not going to be one I do per se, because I'm not a neon worker or a metal worker, but I thought if you do, and there is a link if you want to learn how to do this, but make your own neon signs. I know that my teenager loves to have a neon sign in her room. I think it just says hello or something like that, but I can't remember without looking. It's been so long since I've seen it. I don't think she has it on, but she did really enjoy that. And sometimes she puts that back on. Actually, it says good night. Sorry, everyone, it says good night. So it's kind of like a night light for her. But if you guys know how to make your own neons, I thought this is a really kind of cool idea, especially for teens or things like that. It'd be a lot of fun. Okay, whoops. If I'm making you sick, I'm so sorry. My mouse is acting up. Personalized ornaments. There are so many different ways to make personalized ornaments that you can buy old ornaments and you can spray paint them. You can buy stencils. You could put the family's initial on them, make a little bow, give out one per family. This is something that I do in my family as well too. We exchange an ornament every year. We send out an ornament, not exchange, but we send out an ornament, one ornament to each family member. And then they send, we send. So it's really kind of nice to get something individualized, and it's a tradition in my family, has been that way for all my life that I can remember. And it's just kind of something fun to do. It gives me a challenge. What am I going to make this year? And I like this idea because you could put an initial, their family, their last name as an initial on it. And I thought that was really fun. But there's so many ways to make individualized ornaments, and they're personalized, right? And I just really like that idea. All right. Candles. This is another thing that you can do a million different ways. This is one I will be showing you on my thing, is how to make candle holders. Not only should you have in your collection, which I do, whether there's an emergency or a blackout or you lose your power, whatever the reason, you should always have candles in stock. But a great way to do that is you can find some old glasses and do spray painting or hand painting. And there's going to be several that I show you. but just some candle holders. You know, you can even make them personalized with a last name. Get a stencil and put their last name initial on them. I mean, just so many ways to do that. And candles are so needed, and it can be used, like I said, your emergency. If you guys have emergency room storage or emergency situations, I always have candles on hand just in case. And they've come in handy because we've had trees go on power lines, you know, I think a month or so ago. And you never know when you're going to need some kind of situation like that. And candles are always wonderful around the holidays. This is another one that is just not necessarily for a gift, but, you know, just for a Christmas card or even the envelope. And I love to do actually cards. I'm one of these people that still send cards out. And I think it's just so nice. I mean, we light up when we see cards in the mail, do we not? At least I do. I've always been an actual card giver. And I never thought about the envelope until my students for Christmas sent me personalized envelopes. So this is not necessarily a gift, but everyone, this has got so much character to it. I thought, how beautiful is it? Just, you know, if you're sending out a family newsletter or a Christmas card out or whatever you do for the holidays, make it personalized, even if it's not for Christmas. Adding that little touch of tape or a bow or whatever. And this is done with what's called wasabi tape here, but you could use so many different things. I mean, my students made construction paper bows. And I was like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. I was just overwhelmed of how beautiful they actually were. So, you know, give some thought to the Christmas cards that you're sending this year and add a little pizzazz maybe to the card or to the envelope. And like I said, they just use wasabi tape. You can find that. I find that everywhere. You can find that in your craft store, Walmart's. You can find that. They might even find it in a dollar store. I'm not real sure. I know Dollar Generals have it. Just look out for wasabi tape. It's easier to find than you think. Here's another version of a personalized ornament, everyone. You know, you can find things and you can put things around, whether they're ribbons or they're fray or they're tassels or you're painting them. But just personalized ornaments are really, really a great thing to give. Fringe. That was fringe. Okay. Whoops. This one I love. I love a lot. I will be definitely doing this one for one of my shows because it's easy, super, super easy. And I just think it's awesome. These are spoons that are filled, you know, so these could be for your coffee, these could be for your hot chocolates, but they're little spoons and you could find them, go to a thrift store, go to a dollar store, right? And just get a set of spoons and each one's different. You got a regular chocolate, you got a caramel one, a dark chocolate, a peppermint one, and they're just called flavored spoons, right? Something to add to your coffee or to your hot chocolate, like I said. And you could wrap these up and put them on a tray, put them in a cup, put them in a glass, something. But how awesome would it be to give out what they call these flavored spoons? Coffee mug mixers is what they call them. I thought this is a great idea. This is a really great idea. And you come from all these different flavors. I've never seen this before, but I think that this is something I'm going to do as a gift as well. A lot of people enjoy their coffee like I do. And I personally would love this gift. And we're going to be making different varieties of this on one of my shows coming up. All right. This is another one. I told you I was going to show you several candles. This looks super easy. You could hand paint this, or you could find stencils of Christmas trees, spray paint or regular paint. Just find a glass. And I love that it's all white. So you don't have to worry about being the artist. You know, if you're nervous, if you're an artist, great, paint the glass. But if you feel like you're not an artist, you can literally just get a stencil and a Q-tip even, right? Or a paintbrush or whatever. And you just go in there and stencil it, put little trees around. paint around the little border. This is probably what I'm going to show you as well, because I think this is also easier than you think. And it's just really, really beautiful that it's white. And you could even spray the top with like almost like one of those clear glitter spray paints, just to kind of give it this wonderful Christmas feel. And super easy. Again, we all should have candles in our arsenals, right? And in storage for those days. So this would be a really beautiful idea. Again, more candles. How do you want to give that out? But these, I know it shows the candles, but look at the pears in particular. This was really a neat idea. Those are actually light bulbs, everyone, that they took just twine and they just wrapped the whole light bulb and then cut out a leaf in paper. You could use cardstock or whatever. I would suggest some kind of cardstock or heavy construction paper, right? So it has a little bit of weight to the leaf, but they just took some glue and they wrapped it around. There's probably another one I might be showing here, because I thought how simple to take some twine and to make these beautiful pears. And then you could turn them into an ornament, or you could just have them be a decoration. But I thought this was a really clever idea. I am just looking here. Okay. All right, let's go on to the next one. That one's right. Twine wrap light bulbs. I just never thought of that. See, if all those light bulbs you guys have, they go dead. If you have them, here you go. Right? How awesome is that? These are really neat too, because I could see these being made out of like pipe cleaners. And I was like, wow, this is really awesome. And they're stirrers. They're just drink stirrers. I thought this is a really cute idea. And you can make them in all different colors. I probably will have my students make something like this, And I thought that is really cute. And just make them, you cut them off, you fray them out. And next thing you know, you got these little trees on top, glue them to a stick, and you actually have drink stirrers. See, Christmas tree drink picks. Another thing too, if you got clear ornaments, fill them with something. Fill them with feathers. Fill them with paper. Fill them with all kinds of things. You could get tissue paper. You could get confetti. You could use glitter. You could spray paint the insides. You could spray paint the outsides. But again, you could fill them, and they're just really, really beautiful, whether they're beads or feathers or ribbon or whatever you want. Just let your imagination go, right? And I love it in personalized ornaments. This one, sorry everyone. There we go. Little things that we buy. That's why I said the dollar store. How many times do we see like these little ornaments of Santa hats or little scarves or something like that? I thought how cute this is, that they put it together to be a little scarf for the wine or scarf for a bottle. Excuse me, everyone. And I thought that is really cute. That's a really fun little idea to make some kind of little scarf for your bottle. Like I said, think of the dollar store. And I just thought of all these little Santa hats or whatever that you buy, that are like, I don't know, 4 or 6 on a little card. And you could just hook them together and make these really cute little scarves for these bottles. All right. This is your inner artist. Okay, everyone. So here's my idea. We'll probably be doing these as well on a Sunday show. These are made with ink. Now, ink's going to probably be the most expensive thing you buy if you did this, but you can get ink at a craft store or you can order it online. I like Blick a lot for art supplies, but you can find ink in several different places in different colors. And I was thinking about those white tiles, those plain white tiles that you would put up in like a kitchen or a bathroom wall, and they're pretty cheap actually if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you just get those basic white tiles and you decorate them with this ink. This is hopefully another one. Like I said, there's so many I want to show you. This is another one, and you just kind of just dab it on there and let it flow and create these mosaics. And it is just interesting because these are just glass coasters, right? And I was like, I love this idea. And the inner artist in me is just going, oh my gosh, I would love, me personally, I would love to have a set of something like this, because I love arts. I love abstract at that. I love ink work. And we had a wonderful artist too that actually has shows on YouTube. If you guys remember Sharon, when she was here a couple of weeks back with Ray. And she even said she has some YouTube tutorials on ink work and things like that. So I will try my best to reach out to her and look for those as well, and maybe even share those ink tutorials with you. But this is something I want to do as well on a Sunday show, to show you what my idea is of taking those basic white tiles and creating your glass coasters. Really fun and beautiful. Again, little ornaments made out of, you can make them into air fresheners. So this is just your regular pine tree air fresheners, right? And they covered them with cloth, which you would just glue to each side and cut off. I mean, super simple, right? And you could just use old clothing or old, materials or old whatever fabrics you might have, or maybe you find it at a dollar store, maybe you find it some in a thrift store. You don't need a lot, and you just can glue them on there with air fresheners. It could be simple as rubber cement. Cardboard loves rubber cement glue. So it can be easy as that. You do not have to do much, but again, making your own ornaments that are also air fresheners. I really, really like this idea as well. All right. How cool is this idea too? Taking either wasabi tape or ribbon or something and going and buying some wooden spoons for somebody and making a really neat set for them. Just decorating with different colors. I definitely would suggest something again like wasabi tape or ribbon. I mean, you could, if you did that, you'd have to glue the ribbon. The wasabi tape is already sticky, but you could use ribbon. You could use twine. You could use yarn. You could glue the ends, right? And just wrap it around and make it stay and create these beautiful different patterns and jazz up a wooden spoon set. You could buy the wooden spoons anywhere. Again, I told you to put on that dollar store brain. You could get them at the dollar store and just give them something really wonderful, a little set that gives them a little pizzazz. We're going a little fast, everyone, because I've got so many of these to share with you. All right. Here's another idea. And I love this idea too. I've seen this in a few different forms, and it's super easy. I love maps. Oh, I love maps. It's probably one of my first classes in actual college per se, that I had a geography teacher, and he just made me fall in love. He was also my history teacher for a lot of my classes, and I just love maps. And I thought, how neat. So I've seen this in different forms. I've seen this where you frame where the people are from. Let's say they're from Texas in a certain area, where you could either use the whole map of Texas and frame it for them, or you could use their city. You could find an old vintage map of something, maybe this is what it used to look like, or maybe this was the territory before. An old world map would be beautiful. Just all different kinds of things. But I love to have maps. I have a big, huge map in my house. I have a huge map in my classroom. But these vintage maps are really, really beautiful and a great way to repurpose them. And I think it's a great form of art. So, but there's several different ways, like I said, to do this. If you want to really personalize it for somebody, pick their city where they live, or pick their state and give them a little map of their state. If you can find an older version of that, print it out and put it in there and just frame it up, everyone. I thought this was a really great idea. The next one is a succulent jar. You can find different kinds of things, different kinds of cactus, succulents, things that don't need a whole lot of watering, and just fill a bowl. Or you could do, goldfish jar. You could choose any jar, but enough that they have an ability to water, of course. And how beautiful is that? I thought that was really, really a neat idea. I was thinking you could get your bowl from a dollar store and go find some plants at Lowe's and give somebody a beautiful succulent jar. I think that would be another nice gift. Here's something, it's really interesting. Now, I say support your arts, and I really mean that. If you can, please buy art from somebody and help the artist out. That would really be wonderful. But you could also do your own thing too. And this is where they just have taken pieces of wood and put it into the frame and spray painted the whole thing one color. And it just gives it a texture. It gives, it's really interesting. I kind of really like this, and something you could do do it yourself and make a little collage or an abstract piece, which is called cubism, believe it or not. But how do you do these different shapes with wood and just spray paint the whole thing? I thought that's a different thing that people probably don't have, but how neat would that look in somebody's house? Oh, I'm looking at chat. He has completed a light course. Oh, congratulations. I was looking. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, good. Cool. Oh, hi. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was looking at the chats. Thank you, everyone. These are some cool ideas. I love the dollar store, right? So I'm hoping, again, I would love it if you like a particular one, just again share, send me something on one of my socials. I can even send you the picture of these. Okay, so it's my pleasure to share these with you. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a few of these. This is a cookie cutter wreath. I thought, how cute is this, right? And this is just different stars, and that they've tied together with bows and string and made, a ribbon and made a simple cookie cutter wreath. And I thought that was pretty simple, cute. Again, I love the Dollar Tree. When the Dollar Tree is just ringing through my brain on a lot of these. I love my thrift stores too. But there's certain things, I wouldn't get from a thrift store, some things I would too. But wooden spoons would not be something I would get from a thrift store. But you might find cookie cutters. You might be able to find like ribbons, yarn, strings. Those are going to be. Sometimes I find boxes of this stuff, and I just ask her, I'm like, "What are you going to do with all this?" And she's like, "I don't know. Take it for a couple dollars." So you never know what you're going to find. But like sometimes you luck out and you find boxes of yarn and ribbon at thrift stores. So go early before other people go and take it, right? Because the holidays are coming up. All right. Hopefully I don't make you sick. Oops. Sorry, everyone. My mouse is giving me fits. I don't know why. There we go. All right. I don't know your sewing ability. A lot of you guys have sewing ability. So I'm not 100% sure on what your capabilities are. And let's put me in here. There we go. I really love when you guys can do stuff like this. My mom, she could sew anything, and it just amazed me. But if you guys can do that, you could needlepoint some word or something on there. You could make that personalized with their last name, or even just the letter of their last name. Take a throw pillow that you can get somewhere, and if you can, do some needlework on it. Or I was thinking you could even get iron on, right? You get iron on letters and iron on something on a little throw pillow. If you don't know how to sew. So this kind of serves two ways. My daughter just made for my birthday, she took aprons and she put iron on things. And so one would say HamiltonLiberty Academy. The other one says Mom's Cooking or something like that, right? And she made me 3 different aprons for my birthday. And I love them. I love that I will hold on to those forever. I don't know if I want to ruin them. They're white and they're gorgeous, but she just got the iron on, sparkly letters and made up her own thing for me. And I love them. I absolutely love them. So again, you could do something simple as like a pillow and personalize that with either sewing it, embroidering it, right, or doing something with iron on. Here's another one. I don't know how, what gifts you're giving, if it's family or friends, but if it's family, maybe you have pictures together and you could take an old frame. Doesn't have to look like this one, but you can find an old frame and you can spray paint it, right? And you can hot glue some paper clips to it, or these, I just lost what these are. They're not paper clips. They're for drying clothes. Clothespins. There we go. Sorry, everyone. Clothespins. And I know that those come from the dollar store because I personally buy those to use for the school. So you can literally hot glue those and put individual pictures of somebody underneath there. Maybe your parents, right? Through the years. I think my parents would have loved that. I know my mom would have loved something like that. So a good can of spray paint, $1 for the clothespins, and just some hot glue and some pictures. And how individual and personalized this would be a really lovely idea. All right. I'm so excited to see you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys make my day when you come and say hello to me. This one I am doing for sure. I have been doing this actually for a lot of years. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but these are pre-prepared cookie mixes. I've seen them done in bags. I've seen them done in mason jars. But you put everything in there besides the butter and eggs, right? And of course, you include a recipe with it. So whether you put the recipe in a card that goes with this, or if you make them in bags, you can put the recipe inside a bag. But everything that you need for that cookie or those cookie mixes is in the jars. So you're not actually having to take over baked cookies, and they can make them whenever they want to or together as a family. And you just put some beautiful holiday ribbon. And this is a good gift that's not only for Christmas, you could do this for anything. And it's so easy to do. And doesn't that look yummy? I mean, it just looks phenomenal. So this is definitely what I'm going to be doing so you guys can see how easy this actually is. And they love it. That's probably one of the most, I guess, comments I get on gifts. Like, I really love the cookie mixes. So it's just kind of been a tradition for me to give now. So that is one of my absolute favorites, right? Canning. I love yes, canning. Okay, I'm reading, right? You remember making alligators with clothes, right? Okay, I'm reading your comments. I'm trying to check on what you're saying. And I love that. Yes, personalized gifts are very special. They mean more, everyone. I don't know why we stopped doing that. Everything into convenience when the handmade gifts don't have to be expensive, and they sure do show us that we just, there's just love, for pure love, even if it's something simple. But I'm definitely going to be doing the cookie mixes in a jar. We'll do a couple different varieties for you guys. My 12 days of Christmas here. Well, no, it's not 12 days. It'll be 12 Sundays. But here is another one. I love this idea. All right, everyone. These stencils are a great thing you could use. If you could do this by hand, but how cute. I've never seen this before. You can get salt and pepper shakers totally at the dollar store, right? And how cute is this? Just making a winter scene. And maybe you don't include the deer. Maybe you just put trees out there. And then when you fill it with salt, they look like they're in snow. I'm like, this is so awesome. I was like, I love this idea. This is, we're definitely doing this one. I've never seen this before. And it just made me smile because I'm like, wow, right? I really, really love that. So, again, you don't have to be an artist. You can definitely you can make your own stencils, you can watch a video on how to make a quick tree. I'm going to show you how to do these several different ways, right? But I love it. And you could even cover the whole salt and pepper shaker and get a stencil and use spray paint, maybe even, right? And then just remove it as it dries. But I thought this was a really, really cute idea. I have never made these before. I've never really seen these. I've heard people making their own like snow globes and glitter shakers, but this is definitely one I'd have to look more into. But this is a salt and pepper. Oh, sorry. This here, it says Winter Wonderland shakers, but that was the one above it. But these are actually glitter globes. Now, I know you can make your own lava lamps too, But this is glitter and something I would have to look into, but it just sparked my interest because I was thinking of children. And my daughter loves snow globes and she loves lava lamps. I think teens are like that. But if littler ones too would love some kind of thing of this where they could just shake it and see glitter. And I thought this was a cute idea for children. Another one with the candles, guys. I put several on here just to spark your ideas of how easy it is to get all different colors. I mean, spray paint comes in so many different forms now where they're textured and they're different colors, or they're metals, or you can even get ones that paint that's like the chalkboard there, so you can write on it. And you just find some old canisters, right? And spray paint them, decorate them, and voila, you've got these beautiful different candle holders. This is the other version of what I'm saying about the cookie mixes or bags. You can take felt, hot glue, whatever. You can make these little personalized bags. Great for kids, little treats in there, some candy canes, whatever. Can be for bigger people too, but how cute is it? So you have your envelopes that you can personalize and little bags. You could literally take old sandwich bags. You guys remember those brown sandwich bags? I love to have those around as well and make them even out of this. So it doesn't have to be that expensive. This is totally 100% Dollar Tree. I'm thinking they have the brown bags there. They've got the little balls for the nose. They've got the googly eyes, and they've got the felt. And, in a matter of $3 or $4 or whatever, you have enough to do a few of these. And I thought this is a really cute idea, especially for a gift bag. All right. Come on. There we go. For your teen girls, I also really like this idea. This is not hard, but my daughter has long hair and she's always got different scrunchies. And I never thought about an idea of, sorry boys, but this is a girl gift, and I thought the personalized messages is what got me. And I thought, they're not holiday scrunchies, they're just whatever kind of scrunchies. But look at that. This doesn't even have to be for Christmas. This could be for a birthday or any kind of gift. But the personalized messages, everyone, it could be just have a great day. You are beautiful. Thinking of you. They don't have to be a holly jolly, hair day. That's cute. I love that for the Christmas season. But for a birthday, you could just say, you're beautiful, or thinking of you, or have a wonderful day, just something, and make them feel very special. I think that your girls out there would really enjoy this. Okay, we're gonna roll with me here. All right, this is great for couples. Oh my gosh, I would love this. I would absolutely love this. In fact, I found an old picnic basket at a thrift store years ago, and I love it because whenever we're going golfing, which not so often or anymore, but my husband's always working crazy shifts at the hospital. When we try to get to go golfing or something like that, I always pack the picnic bag. And we take it on the cart and we eat as we're playing and stuff, little snacks here. But how awesome is it to have a prepared travel bag or adventure bag or a basket or something? I thought this is a great gift to give to a couple, right? And just how sweet is that? Fill it with adventure. Throw a map in there. If because a lot of times we don't even venture out of our own little area. So maybe it's go meet your next city, right? Or go on a little adventure and go find out about a city that's 30 miles away or something from you. But just this little picnic basket of little just goodies for an adventure, I think would be an awesome idea. This, again, maybe not holidays, maybe it's just a gift, maybe it's a housewarming, maybe you got new neighbors. This can be used for so many different things, but I really like that. It doesn't have to be a picnic basket. You can get a basket. Thrift stores are great for having old baskets. I believe the dollar store as well. And put what you like in there. It doesn't have to be these kind of items, but just make it personalized for a little adventure. I highly suggest a lot of times you can find city maps for free at your community centers or your chambers of commerce. And so therefore just go grab one. Go grab a state map or read, whatever they have, and throw it in the basket and say, make it an adventure. See, road trip lover gift basket. I love that. Here's another ornament idea, or just, a little placeholder. If you guys are going to have family over for dinner, another cute little idea is take pictures. I think it would be even cuter if you could find when they were all little, when everyone was little, but you could just get random pictures of your family members. And these are just little balls that you make very easily. You could also use those little clothespins. You could use so many paper clips, something, and glue it onto a ball and put these pictures on there, and maybe it's not even for a dinner. Maybe it's just something they could put on their mantle, but another really cute idea. All right. And I know it says wooden ball holder above it, but that was the previous one. I put this on a different form, everyone, because I got them from so many different websites, so I don't want it to jump around. But I like this one too. It's a little hot chocolate gift box. And this gift box is made out of cardstock. So I'm hoping to show you how to make a box out of cardstock. And you can see what they did on the inside. They just glued little areas for that they could put in the Hershey bar, or they put in, a marshmallows or whatever you're going to put into it. And the mug is in the middle. You could personalize that as well if you wanted to. Maybe not. Maybe you find just a regular mug, but you're just putting a little bit of the candies around it and you just seal it up. I'm like, this is really cute. And you made your own box. See, isn't that awesome? Really great. Love handmade gifts. I have never done this. I'm going to try this because I have never thought about making your own bath salts, right? And I was like, how neat would be, instead of like with the cookies, you could also layer it too with fresh herbs or dried herbs that you've been doing, or local herbs, or whatever you want to find. If you can find some like lavender, this one just looks like it has a few different things that are layered in it, different kinds of flowers. And I was like, you get a basic bath salt, add different things, lavender or dandelion or whatever, roses, rose leaves or rose petals would be really beautiful in here as well too. My roses are still very much in bloom. So it's a good time for me to start harvesting rose petals and drying them out and layering them in here and making like a bath salt, bath time. I thought that was a really neat thing. You could do that again, mason jars or a cup or whatever you wanted to do, something with a lid. Excuse me, but very, very simple. All right. The next one is personalized things. Now, this was something you probably cannot get, unfortunately, at a dollar store or a thrift store. Maybe you luck out. But I've thought about that with my husband, and I'm going to tell you a game we play. It's a good time for me to stop to tell you that. But you can look online. They're not very expensive to have a personalized name cut out in wood, and then you could decorate it any way you want to. But this was a really good idea, I thought. And I was going to have my husband's name cut out. I still might, for a gift that he could hang up in his garage or hang up in his office. And they're really not that expensive. We're talking like $30, $40. So I was really surprised because I thought it was going to be more than that. So look into some of these places. If you're a woodcutter, by all means, you could do this yourself. There's some things I can make. I can make sculptures all day long, but to do individualized names, my husband could. But again, the gift's supposed to be for my husband. So I can't necessarily say, oh, Hanny, can you cut out your own name, right? But I'm going to tell you about a game we play, and then we'll get back to more. Every holiday, it's not really a game, it's a tradition now. We've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years, and we pick out, so we take names that have to do with the holiday. I usually take them from scripture or whatever. I don't, I try to keep them. I throw in both too, but like faith, peace, we put in Christ last year. You just take things from the holiday and you put the names into a hat. And we did, I don't know, maybe 10 different names. And then we put all the colors, right? And I just make a little, print them out or write them out, doesn't matter. And we're drawing from a hat. And every year we draw out one of these names and we draw out a color. So last year we drew Christ was the name we pulled, and the color was green. So what we do for the game or the tradition is that every single letter of that word is a gift. And we try to keep it under a limit, right? So we're not spending a lot of money. But so I had Christ was the word. So I had to find a gift for C, and it had to start with a C, and the color we picked was green. So not only did the gift have to be green, but it had to start with a C. And the same thing for HRIST, right? So there's 6 gifts that he got, and they all had to be green or something to do with green. And then they had to be each one. So like for the R, I found a restaurant in a town that started with an R, and the name of the restaurant was the Green Goat, right? So I bought a gift certificate for us to go and have dinner there for our anniversary, which is the week after Christmas, or the week after New Year's, sorry. So our anniversary was coming up anyway. So it worked out, was like a 2-for-1 kind of gift, right? So, but I mean, for S, for instance, you could get socks that are green, right? So see how this goes. And it's really fun. This year, the word is Psalm, and the color again is green. So I was going to have a wood cutout, bringing me back to the wood thing. I was going to have a wood cutout of his name and then color it and paint it in green. And that would be the P for Psalm. So that's a little FYI. If you guys ever think of that, it's a really fun tradition. And it's something that's so individualized. And my husband and I love it. And again, we've been going on 5 or 6 years now of doing this. And it's really fun because, it's kind of hard to go get a gift. And it's like, what do I buy him without him noticing? First of all, that major money's gone. And, most of the things I should say we have it all. But sometimes it's hard to come up with an idea when you're like, what do I buy when he has a lot of stuff already? So this is a really fun, unique tradition. So I encourage you guys to do that. And if you do, let me know what you pick. Let me know. That would be really fun to see what you guys do. Okay. All right. So back to the wood thing. If you can cut these out and have a skill saw, go for it. Another ornament, guys. These are made out of felt and fuzz balls. My mom used to make little men all the time that it was really unique because she'd make these, I don't know what you call them, but they were like little fuzzball creatures, right? And googly eyes. And she was, it was just really fun. But I thought, how cute is this to make little animals, right? And you could just, again, glue them out of felt. These are just made out of felt, really simple and really fun, especially an animal lover. I've always been an animal lover. There was a time when we lived in Arizona, in northern Arizona, where people would just drop off animals in the woods, and we ended up with like 25, all different kinds, from horses to chickens to pigs and dogs and so forth. But I do have 3 dogs, and they're all different breeds. And so when I saw this, I go, you know what? I think I'm going to make these just even for myself because of my wonderful dogs that I love. And then they're remembered on the tree as well. Okay, next. These are really neat. Now, I don't know how much of a baker you are. I have never made anything this miniature. Might have to give it a go. But instead of making big, huge gingerbread houses, these are just little coffee mug gingerbread houses. And I thought these are just really cute. And so, I mean, you could even make these out of like graham crackers and decorate and make little mini ones. But they just go around a coffee mug. I thought they are adorable. Really cute idea if you want to get your creative side on. Right? House mug toppers are really cute. All right, here's another one I love. I don't know if they have plants. Maybe giving them a plant's a nice idea. But these are just what the gift is the actual letters, right? And just being able to make those, wrap those. It could be their name. It could be something funny like, hello sunshine, or just be hello, or my garden, or garden. But it could be their name as well. And I thought these were really cute to just make their plants have a little pizzazz to them. That's kind of a really cute idea. Unique. All right. Little pin cushions. I don't know, for you seamstresses out there, this could even be bigger ones. You can make pillows, right? I don't know how many can do this, but that's another good idea. If you've got a little bit of creativity or a little bit of ability to sew, you can put all kinds of things in there. You can make throw pillows. These could be potpourri inside of them, so they're scented, and they could be small, so they could go into drawers. And you can make one for females and one that's a little bit more for males, so they have different scents into it. Maybe something cedary or musky for your gentlemen, something a little bit more florally, lavender, whatever for your women. And these would be really nice just to put right inside the drawers. I think it would be lovely. Great idea. I don't know who remembers this, but I remember this, and I think this is another one I'm going to show you. These are actual ornaments that are made. I'll see right here, salt dough. Have you guys ever, salt dough ornaments? I remember making these as a kid. I was like, wow, and you just cookie cutters, you can paint them, you can keep them white, you could spray paint them, you could glitter them, but it's super easy. This is probably one I'm going to definitely show you as well, because making salt dough and baking these are such a fun thing. The kids can help you with this, and you can make ornaments for somebody this way as well. Don't stick on me. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm hoping I'm not making anybody sick. Everybody, oh, you do remember those, right? It's been a long time since I've made something with salt dough. Yes, back in the day. Okay, so here's your dollar store things again. Go find some different kitchen towels, or just white, or a light color. Don't necessarily have to be white, but I would definitely choose a light color. And they have taken a ornament, a cookie cutter, right, and dipped it into paint, or you could paint the edges if whatever. You don't want the super sloppy, and I would definitely say test it out on paper first. But you lay out the towel, and you use a cookie cutter to make these shapes on the towel, and then you can wrap it with whatever, make your own, put your own ribbons on it. I thought, how cute to make your own personalized holiday towels. I thought that was, or napkins even. You could definitely do these with napkins for Christmas dinner, but you're just using a cookie cutter to paint the shapes. And I thought this is very clever and very, very simple. But I thought it was really beautiful as well. Okay. Sugar scrubs, ladies. I did not know you could make your own sugar scrubs. I don't usually use that for my face, but I know a lot of people do that. And so this is something I'm going to be looking up to see how difficult this is. But from what I've seen so far, it does not seem difficult at all. And you can use, lemon, or you could use lavender, or you could do all different kinds of things to make a facial scrub. Not only a gift for the holidays, but definitely, again, a lot of these you can use for more than just the holidays. And that's what makes me excited about these gifts, because you never know what's coming up. My daughter's birthday's coming up soon, and so we still have those to think about. And she does use these kind of things, so she might enjoy a personal sugar scrub. So there's another one for you. All right, another candle holder. I keep showing you these because I want you guys to see how simple it is. This is just made out of little tiny jars or glasses, right? Get yourself a hot glue gun and a stencil, and voila, you have got some ribbon around that, a few berries, and they've stenciled on the holly leaves. And you could do these just for glasses. If you just wanted to take away maybe the ribbon or something, you could just even stencil on this. You could stencil on the, whatever you wanted to, and you'd have personalized drinking glasses. Again, I think of the dollar store, right? You can go get some clear glasses for $1, or your thrift stores, and literally just stencil on any pattern you want to. And now they have a holiday set. I think it's really, you could do shot glasses, you could do wine glasses, you could do whatever kind of glass you want to. And I really like this idea. It doesn't have to be about candles. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And that's what I like about this. This is the most funniest idea I have ever seen. If all else fails, right, these are called money trees. And I don't know if I can zoom in on there, but I hope you guys can see this. They don't have to give 20s away. Maybe you want to, maybe not. I don't know. But these show 20s, and they've rolled the $20 bills, right? And they literally, each row is another 20. And they used to put these on sticks, and they made a little felt star, and they're called money trees. I was like, so if all else fails, you could give money away in a really unique way. And this is really cute. I don't know. My daughter would probably prefer this probably half the time. She'd be like, just give me some money. I'll buy my own. No, she likes her gifts. But, right? If you want to give somebody some money, this is a cute way to do it, right? Make yourself a little money tree. So unique, very unique. I like these too. These little town images. I've seen these as well. Sometimes you could find little plaques, little miniature plaques that have these kind of scenes on them as well. Get yourself a glue gun or whatever, put a little ribbon on it, and now you've got some wall decorations. And this doesn't really scream Christmas except the bows. So if they wanted something for them to hang all year round, maybe you put a more neutral bow on. Or maybe you do put the holiday bows, and they could use them either as a wall hanging, or if you find them small enough, you could use these as ornaments. You could hand paint these as well, get a little piece of wood. And if you got an artistic touch, go for it and create these little scenes. I love it. It doesn't have to be a building. Maybe it's a forest scene. Maybe it's a beautiful Christmas tree. I mean, just kind of get that creative thing going, right? And what do you want to paint? And make either ornament or a wall hanging and be really, really beautiful. All right. Again, this is like a little candy jar. So easy to fill, with some different things. You could just get yourself a jar, a mason jar, something, and you fill it with, like you could even use cotton balls and then put candy on there. Put a little snowman in there, jazz it up. And this is for your, what does it say? Your mistletoes. Oh, how cute is that? They're probably filled with Hershey Kisses. I thought that's really kind of a cute idea. It doesn't have to be that. It could be whatever. It could be even your homemade candy, which I am going to be doing for you on my Sunday show. We'll show you some of the candies I'll be making. But cute idea. Very cute idea. All right, man. I totally thought about you guys for this. And who said canning? I think that was JJ. Yeah, canning. I love to can. And I will, hopefully get in a canning episode when I'm also doing some of these gifts. But I do can and make my own barbecue sauce. But how unique to find a different jar, right, to put it in. And you can make your own rubs or your own salts. And you just make yourself a little barbecue set, right? You got your skewers on there. I love that brush. You guys see me use that kind of brush all the time even when I'm putting on my egg washes or my butter on my pies. Last one, I use one of these brushes, right? And I thought, how cute would this be? How nice or cute. Sorry, gentlemen, but it is cute to me. But how awesome would it be for our men? It doesn't have to be for men, but sometimes we think, okay, what am I going to give a guy? This is a good one, I think, to give to a guy. And just a personalized bottle of barbecue sauce, a great rub. You can make your own rubs, your own seasoning salts, and just make it kind of unique. So this is a good one. I love it. I think my husband would love this too. He loves to be out on the grill. All right, infused vodka. This also works for oil. So this is a double one. Whether you're infusing your own vodka and putting it in jars, you could buy your favorite kind of vodka or your family's favorite kind of vodka. This would also work for a brandy if you wanted to do it that way too, and infuse it with, berries or peels. But I think of this like you could infuse vodka with vanilla, your cinnamon sticks, your vanilla sticks, vanilla pods, right? Chilies, lime, with peelings and stuff, and make your own infused alcohol. Or you could do this with oil. And I thought that I do a lot is make my own, and with like garlic oil or chili oil. I really like to do that too. So in my house, I have a few different oils that I infuse myself so that I have a little different flavors. And you could just take some olive oil and take whatever, like I said, a chili, or you could do, I do rosemary and garlic, right? And just infuse your own either alcohol of your choice. If you're going to do a brandy, I would definitely do something more like peach or berry, right? Kind of apple you could do. But if you want to do like vodka, is very easy to infuse, and so is olive oil. I really like the olive oil ones. I use them all the time, and it's really easy. But this is something you're going to want to get on doing right away, because you want them to have at least a month. So you don't have to do them today, but definitely a month before Christmas or so. You probably want to be thinking about that so that it gets a really nice, good flavor by the time you give that gift away. I'm going to check on my chats. Okay. Just checking on you guys, seeing what you're saying. Okay, we've got the barbecue kit, flavored vodkas. All right. Is this another one? Okay. Sorry, everyone. Bubble bath kits for your ladies. Maybe a gentleman enjoy this too, but you can make your own bubble bath kits. I love that they put in a chocolate bar. That's awesome. But again, you could go and find little things, a little washcloth, a little thing of bubble bath, a chocolate, just kind of something, and put it together in a box. Decorate your box inside and out, and just put some personal touches to it. And this would be a really neat gift as well. This was what I was talking about with your own rubs and your own salts. I don't know if you guys know that you can make your own seasonings, your own salts. You can infuse your salts. You can flavor them. But how you could easily just buy just your regular table salts and infuse them with different spices, dried herbs, and make something, like you could take Italian seasoning and salt and kind of mix it together so that your salt is an Italian seasoning salt. Or one, maybe you want a hot chili salt, right? Or you want to have one that's a ginger salt, or one that's a garlic salt, which you garlic powder and salt, and make your own little variety kits of salts and give people a different thing. I would love that. I would love, as much as I love to cook, how awesome it would be to get just a box full of little miniatures, right? It's not a lot, but little miniatures. You can buy these bottles, which I have at the dollar store, and just give them a little sampler kit of different kinds of salts. This is probably another one I'm going to be doing, showing you how to take dry herbs and making salts, because it's just so easy. And again, as a chef, somebody who loves to cook, and it doesn't have to be a chef, everyone. People love to cook out there, and this would be a great one. Or you include a rubbing for, some kind of rub for a barbecue, right? A dry rub in there. Make your own, whatever you want. You can even buy them if you don't want to make your own. I'm going to teach you on one of these holiday shows or Sundays coming up. But you could buy them and buy different kinds of varieties and give them samplers. All right, recipe boxes. There was a day there was no internet, and maybe your family, my family, has traditional recipes as well that have come down through the generation. My dad's peanut brittle recipe. He barely shares that with anybody. So, and it's just, I think my brothers and sisters that have it, but I want my kids to have it. So I do have a recipe box, something that I keep, and I type them up. Yeah. And do I save them? Yes, I do. But I like to have these family handed down recipes. So if you have that, or you are a family like that, make a beautiful little recipe box for them to hold that, or share some recipes with them. Make a recipe box and add some different recipes that are some of your favorites if you don't mind sharing. I think that would be a great idea. Maybe you've had some kind of meal where everybody raves about a certain dish that you make. So include some of those wonderful things, and give them some recipes and just have fun decorating a box. You could use all kinds of different paper. You could do, this looks like stencils that says recipes on it. But you could even find wrapping paper and glue it on, or whatever. But how unique would that be? I would love it. I have to be honest, I would love that. Your tea lovers. This one is really neat. It doesn't have to be two teas. It could be a whole bunch of different ones. But you can see it almost... This is funny because I love toilet paper rolls. And when I use recycled materials and I make stuff with my students, and I'll have to show you because I use boxes and toilet paper rolls a lot. But this almost looks like a paper towel roll that they have tied, and it could be that they have glued or taped, probably taped the different teas on to make this tree, and then glued a star at the top. And I love this idea. This is really cute. And so for the tea lovers out there, I love that you can make a tea sampler one, or maybe you just want to go with a couple colors. But I really like this idea as well. I think that's really cute to give to our neighbors. I love that. Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm looking at the chat. I love that. I love plays too. I love going to plays. So that's another idea. Oh, you don't have to go to Broadway to go see a great play. Some of the best plays I've ever seen have been in high school. One of the best performances of Hello, Dolly I've ever saw was a high school play. So that's a great idea. Give some people some tickets to our local theaters, and let them go enjoy what our youth are doing, because they will amaze you out there. But okay, back to the tea. You could even give a little tea set away with this if you wanted to. But a great, great gift for your families out there, especially your tea lover families. All right, canning. All right, you called it, JJ. We're going to show you canning. It's going to be one of the things I do. As you guys saw, I made my own cherry pie filling. I do my own apple pie fillings. I make applesauce. I make my marinaras. I do all this. I can like crazy. This is a wonderful gift that my grandma and mom, thank heavens, taught me how to do. I find it so important that I even teach that during our adulting class in high school. We have different segments. They're just finishing automotive right now, but we're moving into household, and they're going to be learning different things about household, budget and stuff. But canning is one of those I include, and a little segment on sewing. Even though I'm not a great seamstress, I do know how to hand do buttons. I know your basics, right? And I love to teach people how to can, because it's something that can last all year. They can open up their leisure. If you like to make little samplers or little pint jars, you can give them a couple different things, whether it's a pie filling or a jam or a sauce. I do barbecue sauces again, right? A great way to give out some of that wonderful local foods or whatever you're canning, and wrap it up with some bows. And I guarantee you they will love having something that they can use whenever. And that is a great thing to get. The only thing that I worry about is I'm kind of possessive on my canning jars now. Is, sometimes they're kind of hard to find. But order some pint ones. Give them out for gifts if you can afford it and find them. Canning and canned foods are a beautiful thing to give away. Right? I am going to be teaching you guys how to make some jams and how to can them. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys see. I'm sure you guys will watch that show too. All right. Did I miss one? Homemade jams. Okay. And what's this one? Sorry. Snowball bath bombs. I have never made this. Again, something I'm going to have to look into, because I didn't know you could make your own like bath bomb. I knew bath salts, sure, but how to make bath bombs, I don't know. I have to look into it. I've never made those before, so I'm excited to find out how to do that. So maybe that's something you could do if you're making little bubble baths for your wife, or a little kit. You don't have to make them, but you can also find bath bombs, pretty cheaply out there. Include one of those as well, or you can make your own. Maybe you make a personalized little. I love these little tags. That's what gets me on these homemade gifts, is that the personalization of the little tags and the ribbons and that's what really makes the gift. So even if you're buying your bath bomb, I would wrap it differently. Add a little thing like, thinking of you, or um, relax and enjoy, or whatever, right? Make your own little tags to go with that. I think that's what sells this for me, is that you can get the stuff fairly cheaply, but it's the individual little notes and stuff that really make a gift, no matter if it's for the holidays or not. Just putting in that little bit of effort, at least with me. I think others are agreeing in the chat how awesome it is to have that personalization, right? So that's what I'm saying here. All right, look at these spoons. These are also going to be, so I told you I was going to do one on these different spoons. But not only can your spoons be like the metal ones that are filled with the different kinds of chocolate, caramel, peppermint, right? I love those. But probably in the same episode I do on Sunday, we're going to make these candy cane chocolate dip spoons. And I just love this. And while your spoons and the chocolate are hot, you see the mini marshmallows there, and they've made the little snowman. I'm like, these would be adorable. Your kids for sure would absolutely love these. But how awesome is that? I usually always put, not always, but around Christmas time, and when candy canes are in season, I buy them for hot chocolate, and my kids love that. But to just dip them in chocolate, you can use a spoon as an impression, and that chocolate just cools, right? And if you just put like some wax paper or something, it will come off as it hardens. But as it's still still liquidy, you can put a few little mini marshmallows on there, or white chocolate chips, make a little snowman. I think this is a really adorable gift to give to people. And maybe even do like a hot chocolate basket, where you have some hot chocolate that whether you've made your own recipe or you've bought a few packets, and you could give that away as a little gift, a little hot chocolate kit. I think that's a really cute thing, to give away as a gift there. All right, adventure maps. This one you probably have to most likely buy. You could probably make your own, but these are scratch off. You could probably make your own if you want to do like, an advent calendar where you open them up and they have like little doors and stuff. You could probably make an adventure map that way, where, you put in there, go to a thrift store together, or go to a play. And when you scratch that off, you do that as a date. And my husband and I have one of these books. They're not that expensive to buy. And there is a place, it's called Unique Gifts online. I really like that website, and it's really awesome. It's where I got this adventure map. Again, not that expensive. But if you wanted to make your own, make like an advent calendar. So they open up a box and you got some kind of date idea. I did an episode back probably a few months ago that my husband and I came up with 50, or we were looking through a book, 50 really cheap date ideas. And it was amazing. All the different ideas, like whether you're watching a movie in this, outside, or you have your own concert outside, or you have a picnic, or you go to your local thrift store, or you go watch a local play. I mean, just really unique ideas for dates. And so this could even be an adventure date map. But if you wanted to, you could make your own again and just make like an advent calendar. But if you also can buy these, and I love these because you never know, you scratch off, you're like, okay, all right. One day it was like, go out for a date and only make right turns. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I mean, be unique about it. If you need ideas, I can show you that on Sunday, the adventure map book, and kind of show you what it says. But I kind of like the idea of you making your own adventure map. And so again, with Psalms coming up as our word, I was thinking about making a new one for my husband and I for our A for an adventure map. So I personally am going to probably make one this time with different unique ideas, go explore a different city or have a picnic at the park. I mean, just kind of fun things just to get out that aren't real expensive, and make him an adventure map for our A. So this would be really good for couples. Let's see if anybody has any questions. Okay, just making sure. Oh, I need to buy some vodka, right? Because I love that idea. I do. I love the infused idea. Okay. This one here is another, oops, sorry, everyone, is a little candy jar. As simple as that. I love those. It's funny because as soon as my husband sees those, the holiday candy boxes, and that you can get them everywhere, and they just are an assortment of different candies for the holidays. But I like this. Look how they personalized it. The lids are personalized with labels or handwritten notes or whatever you want to do, and they just fill the jars with candy, put some ribbon around it, and voila, you got a little candy dish to give to somebody. Again, you can make your own candy or you can buy the candy. It's up to you. But the thing of this is the personalization of the ribbon, the note, right? And it's really, really beautiful. I like that. Simple, sweet. All right. See who plants a garden plants happiness. It's not the sign. It is your herb gardens. We tend to forget about those during the winter. And, they really continue to grow in the windows, everyone. And you can give an herb garden away, and they're always great to have, both for couples, for families, whatever. I mean, I love it. My rosemary is actually quite large now. The bush and I always bring it in, but it's very hardy. Usually it'll go through a mild temperature. It's just not real big ones. But you can keep them inside. And so when I bring it inside, you can just smell rosemary everywhere. But I also dry my own herbs. And that will be definitely a show where I show you how to dry our own herbs. I'll be using some rosemary, show you how to do that. And again, I just use the clothespins, tie them up in a little bushel, little bunch, and I let them air dry. It's super simple, everyone. But I encourage you, even if you're just getting seeds or something, and you can make little planters, you could give somebody an herb garden. And it's just really nice to have around to grow something, have that greenery growing around you or in your kitchen window. But another wonderful idea is give somebody an herb garden. All right. I don't know who uses these still. Some people do. I had a mother that used these eye masks, these sleeping masks all her life. And maybe, I don't know why she's like, I guess the darkness. A lot of people use these sleeping masks. So, personalize them, make them kind of fun. And this is another little idea that you could do. Not one that I would personally enjoy, I'll be honest, because I don't sleep with a mask on, but a lot of people do, especially people who work graveyards and sleep during the day. I can see this absolutely being something. So you could personalize that and give that away as a gift as well. All right. These are individualized little wrapped cookies. I know that sounds probably like a lot of work, but I think that these are really cute, and they just use some paper and a little label, right? And you can print out your labels, or cut them up so it says several things. You just cut strips, and you just wrap these up, and you just put little labels on it, and it can be almost like your little advent calendars. And I thought this was really cute. So every time you open one, you can even number them and make your own advent calendar out of these with, your own candy, your own personalized cookies. But instead of just wrapping up all the cookies, you're making them a little personalized surprise. I see that all the cookies are the same here. I would probably make them different so that they have different things. You could do fudge this way. You could do candy this way, cookies this way, and just make, like I said, an advent calendar for them, or little personalized individual cookies. Just like gives it a little extra surprise, a little touch of care, and home touch to it. I like that idea a lot. Okay. And I've mentioned this before, again, with the stencils and the spray paint. This one, again, you could put together a few things. You could do individualized. You could just do the last initial of their name. This could be used for so many different things, but you can spray paint this with this kind of, you could do glitter. You could find this almost clear, misty spray paint. You know, you could actually put this on, believe it or not, you could do Elmer's glue. Would give this also an etched look if you watered it down and painted it on. If you put your stencil on there and you just kind of painted it that way, believe it or not, but it would wash off, right? So you have to be careful on that. Spray paint would be a lot more doable if you wanted something more permanent. But if you just wanted something decorative, where you put a candle or something like in this, you could even use, like I said, Elmer's glue with a little bit of water, and it gives you this really beautiful etched kind of look. So maybe we'll play around with that so you guys can see how simple it is. But again, with the glue, it would wash off. But I like shot glasses are kind of what I'm thinking when I see this too. That would be kind of cute. All right. Marbled ring dish. So you could do a whole bunch of things with this. Excuse me. You could take any kind of plate or dish, and you can use acrylic paint, and you could make it as abstract, let it pour. If you added a certain kind of water, I'll probably show you how to do this the same day I'm showing you how to do the inked tiles for your coasters. We could do a dish with some acrylics, and you can kind of just water it down and just kind of move it so it makes this marbled look. Or you could take a toothpick or whatever, and stir it all together to make this marbled look. Very simple. You could do this with a plate. You could do this with a bowl. You could do this on tiles. And you could come up with a whole bunch of different ideas, whether it's a jewelry box or it's like a coasters. There's a whole bunch of different ways to make it really unique. And I like that. That's why I'm going to do that for us, because I really like that coaster idea. But you can also do it with acrylics as well as inks. Okay. And just kind of you don't have to be a master artist to really pour some paint and just swirl it around like you would fudge, right? If you've ever made a marble fudge and you just swirl it around with a skewer or toothpick or whatever, or knife, just to make that marble look. Same thing with paint. Right? It's so easy. So I look forward to showing you guys how easy it would be to make these. All right. Salted caramel cracker candy. I've not made a cracker candy, but I have made a salted caramel toffee, English toffee. That is a family tradition in my family. My father has been making English toffee and peanut brittle since probably before I was born. And he gives it out to the entire family every year. That is his gift to all of his brothers and sisters and to each one of us couples, and probably some grandkids and stuff by now too. But he loves it. And I remember being so little that when you're making homemade candy, you got to stir and stir and stir until it reaches temperature, right? And he would get us kids up on, even I remember standing on a chair next to the stove, and he'd be like, stir, honey, stir. And my little body's just going like crazy. I'm stirring and stirring. You know, his hand's probably getting tired, and I'm thinking I'm helping. And it was, a real big deal to me. But I love making homemade candies. And it's easier than we think, whether it's peppermint bark, peanut brittle, or a caramel English toffee. And that is a few things I am going to be showing you on the Sunday shows coming up, because making your own candy can be pretty simple and really wonderful. And then just wrapping it and decorating it and giving it away. People really love homemade candies. And that's something I enjoy. It's a tradition I will definitely hand down to my children, and hopefully they carry that on too with their families. All right. Personalized again. These are really beautiful. These are personalized little coasters, right? The agate coasters, you could probably buy them. I don't know if you have an ability to cut through rock. Maybe you could find an agate rock that you could slice up and make your own coasters with. I'm not sure what your arsenals are at home, guys. My husband has a few different saws. He most likely could do something like that, but I'm thinking you could even paint that as well, so they look like that. That would be something too. You could, when I look at these, I'm thinking taking up a piece of log, right, that's about the size of your cups, and slicing it, sawing them up into little slivers, and then painting it would be really pretty. Or even just the wood and sealing it in, or staining it and sealing it, would be really beautiful to have little wood coasters. So maybe you don't want to paint them, but I thought it would be, because trees, when you see the rings, there's just really beautiful patterns in them. And you could take stain and stain them and make really beautiful coasters out of just sliced wood. And so that would be another great idea as well. Doing different kinds of, what is this called? Sorry. I'm making you sick. Sorry, everyone. Diffusers. Okay, there we go. Reed diffusers. Okay, so you could make your own liquids, your own oils, and you could make rosemary or lavender or rose, or whatever you wanted to, and you could make your own oils or diffusers or something, just have a beautiful smell going on. Potpourri is another great thing to give away, and you could make yourself, adding different kind of smells to that. I don't know, it's not one that I'm real big on. If I'm making oils, it's usually like an infused olive oil, or something that I'm going to cook with, right? So this is another idea. If you're into making oils yourself, you could definitely do something like this to give away as well. Look at that. Personalized little napkins. I believe these are handkerchiefs. So a few things. If you can do embroidery, it might take some time, but these are really cute if you wanted to do that. But I was thinking, sometimes you can find, well, not sometimes, you can find like glitter pens, right? You can find paint pens that you could just write on them and make little, your very own little messages, right? I thought this would be something kind of cute that you could give, something with a personal little message. Mine might be blessed. I say that a lot. I mean that though. Be blessed. Prayers are with you. Bless your heart. See, just something inspirational. And I really like this idea. They could be handkerchiefs. Maybe you make yourself a notebook. Have you guys ever seen those post-it notes that have little sayings on them? Maybe you take a book of post-it notes, and you write your own little personal messages on there. And so every time they use a note, it's got a nice little message for them. Because when I saw this, I didn't realize this was like napkins. I honestly thought this was like a little kind of make your own post-its. I thought, oh, that's cute, to write little inspirational things on the bottom of that. So, and that's a little idea as well. So this is a little 2-for-1 idea on this, whether it's a napkin or it's a handkerchief or it's your own personal little post-it, or note cards. You could even use like maybe index cards and cut them to size and make a little post-it thing or a little note thing, where they have a little box and they pull out something and it has a little inspirational message on there. Handmade soaps. I don't know who can make handmade soap. I have never made soap. I think, oh, right, toffee desserts. I'm looking on there. I know. I love that. I'm reading that. Where you use Jolly Ranchers in them. Yes. Oh, and then in vodkas. That's right, Try. I've heard that too, where you can use, one of the chats were talking about using Jolly Ranchers in vodka to infuse them with the flavor. I've heard about that too. And so that's a really good idea. And I do, yes, I love, right? Your wife makes salted English toffee dessert. Oh, how awesome is that? Yum. Right? What a great gift. So, I don't know if you guys have ever made your own soaps. This is something I'm going to look into. If I succeed, I will show you guys how to do this. I'm laughing because it's a great time to learn, but I've never made my own soaps. And so, I do like to support my locals, and there's been some great people I've seen on True Social that do make these. And I would love to get her on to the show, maybe, and ask her, about this. But if you guys have some handiwork, and you know how to make your own soaps, that would be an awesome idea, because you can make all kinds of wonderful infused soaps. And that would be another great idea. Okay, we're at jewelry boxes. Did I miss that? Okay, personalizing a jewelry box for the females out there, right? Or you could even make one that's more manly if you wanted to. So it's not necessarily jewelry, but I know, like, my husband, when he comes home from work, he always takes off his watch, his rings, his whatever. That he's not a huge jewelry person, but he has a special tray that he wanted me to get for him. And so he just wanted a silver tray that would hold his things. And so I found one at the thrift store, and it's just one of his favorite things. But you can also find different kind of containers, and you could, like, again, get some paint out, get some, ideas, start and decorate it and make a personalized either tray or dish or something that, they come home. It can even be for car keys, so we always know where to put the car keys at. You can even make a car key hanger where you just hang up your car keys, and that's really a neat idea too. But this inspired me when I saw the jewelry box to think of those kind of things. Every day when I come home, my keys go in the same location. So maybe you do make something that people can hang car keys up, or a box or a tray or something that they put their things in, right? Did I miss one? Nope. I know it says decorated candle holder. Did I miss one? I did. So there's another thing. Again, we're going to be showing you how to make decorative. I'm going to be showing you how to make decorative candle holders. And I'll show you a few different ones, but I'm just popping these in here so you guys get a few different ideas on candle holders. But this, what I really loved, and this is the thrift store all the way. Go and find, and usually at a thrift store, they have all different kinds of pictures or whatever that are not usually very much, and maybe you don't like the artwork. That's fine, because that's not what we're doing. We're actually doing the frame. And I love this idea. How unique is this? Is to do different paints and make these different frames. I thought this is a really cute idea, and give them away. Maybe they, look around, your friends and family, what colors go in their house, so you can spray to go with their motif that they have in the house. But I find frames all the time at the thrift stores. And then we decorate them or we spray paint them. Like I said, spray paint now comes in so many different forms that maybe I want a textured one. I actually put my graduate degrees in those and hang them up. Or our wedding certificate when we got married, when we hung it up, right? And so it's a really neat thing to do, to make decorative frames and custom frames just by painting them. Super easy, everyone. You could probably even find some unique ones, even maybe at the dollar store. What makes it unique is how you put your personal touch on it. That's one I would enjoy. I like personalized frames. Okay, what do we get? Is this another heart tumbler? Yes. Again, if you want to personalize glasses, this is like just a stencil screaming out to me, right? And all they have here is on a heart. And so you can make a personalized glass set. You could just tape the stencil around, spray paint it. Voila, you're good to go. Make sure you cover the inside so no spray paint's going on the inside. But definitely we'll be showing you these, and whether you use them for candles or you just use them for personalized glass sets. I love it. Love the idea. Okay, we showed you the succulents in a glass jar, which I kind of personally liked better, because I like the arrangement of having the glass bowl with the succulents, because it could be on your coffee table, it could be in your window, it could be in your office. It's just really pretty. Doesn't need a lot of water. But if you want to put them in a box instead, you could do so and give them a little gift. And you can always find those at like Home Depot, Lowe's, I always find those plants there easily. Again, I told you that we would show you how to paint bowls and the coasters. This is an idea how to personalize a plate. Not necessarily a plate you're going to eat off of, but maybe you could, if you put some kind of sealer on there that they could eat off of there, right? So you want to make sure that you're not using toxic chemicals or paints that they can't use. But I remember one of my great friends made me a personalized plate, and she just used my name, like Lady's Kitchen, and I could hang it up in my kitchen. And so another great thing, because you could put Hamilton's my last name, right? So use her last name, Hamilton's Kitchen, or Hamilton's Home, or something that they could use to hang up, as well as you can find some paints that you could put edible food on. But I don't know. Usually when I think paint, I'm not necessarily wanting to eat off of that, but you could definitely paint your own plates and bowls. I would just use it more as a gift or something for a candy dish, something that's going to have stuff wrapped in it, right? But you could be really, really creative when it comes to this, everyone. Really creative. And make a different one for each family, and just personalize and put their names on it. It doesn't even have to be multicolored like this. In fact, the gift that was made to me was just red and gold, right? The plate she did in red, like a dark red, and the lettering she used a paint pen, and you could even find them with like a not stencils, but like a calligraphy style. So she wrote my last name and just, actually it's my first name, so Lady's Kitchen, right? And so it was just really nice, and I could hang it into my kitchen. Oops. I know you want to turn. Oops, there we go. Wind chimes. I love this idea. I have to tell you the most amazing gift or thing my husband did for our house. And he was really, really creative on this. And so what I mean, he took stuff out of the garage, nuts and bolts and all kinds of different weird, things, odds and ends and doodads is what I'm going to call it, right? But the whole thing's like metal, and it makes the most beautiful sounds when they click on each other and hit on each other. And if you would have saw this, he probably would have included keys on there well too. But he made this wind chime out of like little nuts and bolts and dowels, right? The like those dowels that you screw into the nuts, right? So they're long, and so you'd hang these, and they made these really odd shapes about them. So it's funny, but the different sounds, I was like, how unique is that? And I thought it was really, really creative to make these it's personalized wind chime. And so be creative when you do that. I like the keys, but gentlemen, help your wives with this and get creative, because nuts and bolts, believe it or not, make some of those beautiful sounds when they cling together. You'd be really surprised. And this would be a really great idea as well, as to make your own wind chimes for a family. Again, sliced wood. See, everyone? I mean, you see the middle, that's rock, but look at the petrified lines and stuff on. You could just slice up wood and stain it and make something. And you could even, like, if you wanted to, you could stencil like their name on top. You could paint on top of them, and really personalize just sliced wood for coasters. Really unique. Really unique. Okay, I have made candles before. And so I've made infused candles before. They're really simple to do. You could do layered ones, right? So they have beautiful different colors if you want. You could just do 1 or 2 layers. You could do infused candles so that they're really neat, and they actually have the herbs in them. And so when the wax starts to melt, you can smell like this beautiful scent of vanilla or rosemary or lavender, which I've all done. And a really good idea to do for that as well. Okay, where are we at? Oops, tier jewelry. Okay, this is really unique. As you can see, this is a dowel that they put through here, and I don't know if you have the ability or what machinery you have in your house to be able to put a hole through this stuff. But you could even use plastic instead of glass, right? Which are going to be much harder. Most of you don't have plastic, but or glass. I don't know what you have in your arsenal, but to cut through glass. But I think of just plastic plates and so forth, right? Or coffee. You can see this cup, you could easily just add things to it, the handles or whatever. Or maybe you could find a plastic one and drill and cut through them and glue them on there. So you make your own tiered jewelry canister. I thought it was just really unique. I would love it. If my daughter was to make me something like this, I would think it would be absolutely precious. And again, really unique. You can decorate it any way you want to. I love the stripes on the bottom because masking tape, right? Your typical yellow masking tape is so good for doing stripes. So let's say you buy a white plastic plate, right? And you want the gold. You just put the masking tape where your stripes are. You spray paint where the lines aren't, where the tape's not. And when it dries, you pull off your tape and you got these beautiful clean lines. And next thing you know, you have something striped. And so you can get really creative with something like this. All right, guys, I need to have a drink of water as I'm just talking and talking away here. We're getting there, though. See, I told you I was going to look into this again with this sugar scrub. But this is also a sand, like a sand scrub, like art. You could do like different layers of sand. And this is something you can buy really easily as well, too. And just make different layers if they just wanted a decoration. You could do some sand art. But then you could do like make this into a sugar scrub and make them different colors so that it's layered. If you wanted to make another facial scrub, I thought that was kind of a neat idea as well. Bath salts, I think of this way. You can do different infused salts this way too, so that maybe they go together, right? But maybe you have an Italian night, so you have an oregano salt, and you can dye your salts, right? So oregano is green, and maybe rosemary is a lighter green or whatever. But you could have a different colored kind of salts as well, if you wanted to color them, or you could just do something like a sand art and make it just a decoration. Okay. Whoops. Okay. I was thinking about this too. How interesting is this to get out some leather and be able to make a accessory holder? And I thought it doesn't have to be leather, everyone. This says it's made with leather, but I think this could be made with felt as well. Probably easier with felt. And you could either sew this or you could glue this. You put a little strip and you put all your little wires in there and you just roll it up, tie it up like an eyeglass case. And next thing you know, you have an accessory little holder. Thought this was a really neat, simple idea. And then we have leather. See, they used leather there and just rolled it up. Again, another hot chocolate mix, right? So you guys, again, with the spoons that we made, you could put hot chocolate packs in there, whether you make your own mix yourself or another hot chocolate pack. You could take the hot chocolate out of the pre-packs and put it into something more decorative, and you just get little cups and make yourself little hot chocolate mixes. For adults, maybe you want to think about something a little bit more. You could put a little, maybe a little sampler, get a little small little Baileys or something to go with it, and just make these little individual cups and give them out. That would be really nice too. Peppermint bark. I am going to be making this. This is a family tradition. This is definitely something I'll be making and showing you guys how to make in the upcoming weeks. As we go through candy, I'll probably have back-to-back because candy takes a while to do. So as I show you a gift idea, I might show you a candy video that I will pre-tape and do it so that you guys can see that as well. So we'll have like a Sunday show where we get to do a gift and then also get to do a candy in that same episode. But I love peppermint bark. It is so easy to do, and it's a family tradition that we do as well. All right, this one underneath, and I know it says peppermint bark, but this one underneath is a little kit, and it is a fire starter kit. And I thought that was really a great little idea, as I've been talking about keeping candles, right? Giving people a little fire starter where it has got matches in it and, other things. I'd have to look at the link of what they're all including in this, and which I will do, because I think this is a great idea. You buy yourself just these little sampler jars, and they have a way to store your matches. They're clean and dry. And you could put some flint and steel in there if you wanted to, or you could put some other things that, they have like little chip woods or little bricks or something. You could break the little brick apart and put a little bit in there with some matches, just something to make a fire starter on the fly. This would go great into an emergency kit. It would go great in for storage, or just maybe if they wanted to use it right away. You could also put some kind of like maybe some pine scent, something in there so that you could throw that into the fire and get a beautiful pine scent as well. But how cute is this? And I think about my emergency kits, and nice to have something sealed with matches, even though mine are sealed. But that's a cute little gift. I like that one a lot. Okay, I talked about oil. This would be a great thing if you're going to do a gift basket of oil and vinegars. I definitely, oh my gosh, this is a gift for me. Again, especially having Italian restaurants, right? To have infused oil or regular, maybe just regular oil, and you can put them in smaller little things and label it, right? Get yourself a nice little gallon of olive oil and put them in smaller ones. You can infuse it if you want to. But, you get a little, thing of vinegars. I like balsamic vinegars, red wine vinegars. I mean, you could choose and make a sampler of oil and vinegar gift basket. Throw a loaf of French bread in there if you want to, like they do. And next thing you know, you've got a beautiful little gift basket for somebody. And they can start, I think of making bruschetta, which I've done on a show and we'll have to do again, where you take French bread and you slice it and you put olive oil and then you just make it beautiful. You put like different things from a roasted red tomatoes on there to fresh mozzarella, or maybe it's a smoked salmon. I mean, whatever they want to do, but you can put this wonderful olive oil on it and you can just bake them and make these amazing little bruschettas, right? And this would definitely be for me. Would love this, guys, especially if you infused the oils. I think that would be even better, but you don't have to. But you could just give them an olive oil and a vinegar sampler, right? And like I said, just go buy yourself a gallon of this stuff and put them in smaller bottles and give them out so they have a little mini sampler. It'd be a great little gift for family and or neighbors. This is the map thing I was telling you about earlier, about how neat would it be to take a map of whoever you're going to give the gift to and find out where they live, right? Or I'm sure you already know too, but get a map of where they live, or the state they live in, or the city they live in, and put it behind, go find your frames. You can even personalize the frame if you wanted to, right? Like you found some frames or you got some dollar store frames, you can spray paint those. I like this all white look of the frame, right? And then find or a vintage map of their city and just frame it. It doesn't even have to say home. You could do that, right? You could do that with a multiple of the different ideas. You could find wood. You could always find wood letters, someplace and glue them on. You could do stencils. You could do stickers, you can find ABC stickers everywhere. Like I said, they always sell little wood pieces. I find those at different craft stores or dollar stores or whatever, and write whatever you want to. It could be their name. It could be their city's name. It could be just say home like this. But I love these little map pictures. This is a really nice idea. I think that, there's got to be people who love that like I do. And if you could find even a vintage one, that'd be great too, but it doesn't have to be. And like I said, you could get your maps from free, usually from your local Chamber of Commerce or your community areas. They usually give out maps for your tourists and stuff like that. So just go grab some and give them to your neighbors even. Write something for them to have for where they live. I really love this idea. All right. Painted kitchen towels. We went over this before. You could, again, find iron-on That's another thing when I look at this and I see the utensils on here. See if you can find some iron-on. Go and find something. Go to a fabric store, or I hate to send you to Walmart. I don't know if the dollar stores have these, but you can find all different kinds of things and just iron them on. And that would be really neat. Again, this doesn't have to be about Christmas, something that they can use all year round and make personalized kitchen towels. I think that's really cute. Really cute. So, and my daughter, like I said, she made me aprons, and she just bought white aprons. And she did go to the fabric store, by the way, to find even the stencils. And she just literally got iron-ons and made me my own aprons. She made me 3 different kind of aprons, and they were just really, really beautiful, and one of my favorite gifts. All right, another little picnic basket idea for your couples out there, right? A nice little blanket, nice little, it looks like a bottle of champagne. That it's up to you. You guys could be ciders if you wanted to, your sparkling ciders, whatever you want to do. But I love this basket idea, of just a little something to have a nice little, see the candles there. This one does not include food like the adventure one. So it's just, hey, here's your blanket, here's a bottle. Maybe at the dollar store they have champagne flutes. I know that they're there all the time. So a couple dollars for some champagne flutes there. Maybe you personalize them or you don't. But you're putting together a nice little basket for some couple to go out and have a nice little picnic together. I think it would be really touching, right? So, and you could, again, make it holiday oriented. I don't know how many people are having a picnic in the winter, but this is a really lovely gift, and I would enjoy it. I know my husband and I would definitely enjoy something like this. Okay, this is where I think thrift store, but also, okay, come on, mouse. I think it might be my battery's dying on this thing. So sorry to make you sick. Okay, bookends. I don't know how many people have books. I have lots of books, whether they're from my studies or my kids' library. I love that. Okay. I'm just reading. They make colorful candles at a farmer's market. I love that. Salt art. I love that. And then the map thing, right? Oh, interesting idea. I never thought about that. Lords of the Rings style on a website. See, the maps can be anything. Maybe they really are into that. I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying that. I love both those ideas. I love the salt art, right? One of my professors did a master's thesis in salt art. So it was amazing. Bookends. You can find these, you can paint them, you can be creative, but bookends for our books are amazing. Get some, you can even do rocks and paint rocks. Remember when you were a kid and you painted rocks? I used to do that all the time, right? My mom would make frogs and all, because she's way more, wonder where I get my art thing from, a craft thing. My mom was always making some crafty. But, we always have like a prayer rock or something. So you can even paint rocks that you find and make creative bookends for somebody. But maybe, somebody has a big library like me, and bookends would be a great little gift that you can make them. Splatter. See, that's splattered paint. So they have sprayed it or painted it with solid color, and then they literally have taken a brush and they have just thrown the white on there, so it's splattered. Pretty easy, guys, and that's pretty awesome. I like that. Okay, guys, I thought of you. Like, I'm not forgetting you. I know there's a lot of stuff that you say. This stuff's a lot of girly. So I have included stuff for men too, don't worry. But this is really neat. Again, with the wood. I love it. I love the wood. Maybe you can find a frame. And these are just sliced pieces of wood together. Maybe you could find something like that's already done. And they have literally just taken a mini basketball hoop and a mini basketball. Now, I know I've seen these at the dollar store before. Whether they're there all the time, I cannot tell you. But it's like the game, right? So you see the drinks there. Maybe you make a game out of it. Maybe it's just for fun. But I love this little thing. It's a little mini basketball hoop, mini ball. and just something. I bought my husband a miniature golf game. Oops. A miniature little golf game that's like the golf clubs are a couple toothpicks high, just to kind of give you a frame. And it's just this like this little tiny thing where he has to golf, and it's like fun. And so every once in a while I'll see him, he'll be working on something, or at least when he was in school, he needed to take a little mental break. And he's sitting there, so being on the phone, right, playing a game, he'd be sitting there trying to figure out how to hit that and putt on this little thing that I made him with these golf things. It was just fun. So it's just like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know about you guys out there, you gentlemen out there, but I think my husband would enjoy that. All right. A cutting board tablet holder. I thought that was a pretty ingenious idea. As we're trying to read a recipe or watch a show and you're trying to cook, together, or whatever, how awesome would it be to just take a cutting board and putting in a little chunk at the bottom? You could take some wood glue, some clamps, and hold that together. That might be something. I definitely could have Mr. Hamilton, Nurse Patrick, show you. Very easy. And I love wood cutting boards. You can get them, you see them sometimes, they're decorative, and they'll have like home written on them or kitchen written on them. And then you could just take like a little strip or a dowel or whatever you want to that goes and glues on the bottom. And next thing you know, you have a tablet holder or a phone holder or what it is, so that you can actually have something that you're holding onto when you're trying to read off your tablet or your phone. I thought this was a really good idea, especially when you're cooking or trying to follow a recipe or a YouTube, or you're watching me on Sundays cooking and you're trying to follow along, or who knows, but a really good idea. I like this a lot. You could also personalize the cutting board if you wanted to as well. Again, love the stencils, love the painting. They're not going to be using this for a cutting board, right? So you could put the family's name or the family's initial. I mean, it could be as simple or as in detail as you want, or it can be plain. There's multiple choices here, but I like this idea. Make them a welcome sign. I like this as well too. You could get a piece of board, go to Home Depot or your Lowe's or wherever you want to go and get a piece of board. Have them, they could probably most likely even cut it there too for you. And you can use stencils, and it could be so easy to welcome to my house. I like this: welcome, rest, relax, refresh. It could say anything you wanted to say, but I like this whole little welcome sign. They could put it on their door. They could put it in their garden. Just really nice. Great for the neighbors. That would be a good one, or family. But I always think of my neighbors, and they're just so sweet to me. So this is a good one. And again, it doesn't have to be holiday related. I like the white and black. Make it simple, something that they can have out all year long. All right, gentlemen. I don't know what your favorite beer is, but aren't these awesome? I got to check into the chats to see if you guys would like these. If I have any, gentlemen out there, let me know if this would be one for you, because I think this is really cute. Right? And so this is as easy as pipe cleaners, googly eyes, and a fuzzball. And you hot glue gun, everyone. Find their favorite beer and make it a holiday edition of your own. I think these are absolutely adorable. And then again, if it's not only men who like beer, I know that, but I'm trying to think of things that I would give my husband. And he Guinness is not one of his favorites. He does like that. Occasionally, he's not a huge beer drinker, but this is really cute. I like it. Doesn't have to even be beer. It could be soda bottles if you wanted to. Your favorite sodas, or root beer, or whatever. But how awesome would it be to just make it a holiday edition and take over a 6-pack to your neighbors or to a party or to wherever you're going. I really love these reindeer beers. On that. Okay. And let's see. The welcome sign, the beers. Almost getting down to the end. All right. jarred homemade spice blends. I talked to you guys about this before. I am going to be showing you how to make your own spices, how to make some blends coming up in the next few weeks so that you guys can do this. And I like the reason I saved this picture is because I like the different jars. See, they're kind of a potpourri of jars. I think that's even just as neat as even having the samplers so that you could give out a couple different sizes. Really neat. I'll be teaching you guys how to make some homemade spice blends coming up, like I said, in the next few weeks. As you see, again, things with the salts. I love the different jars, everyone. I like that they're different. It's very unique. You could just take a label. This looks like a chalkboard paint to me where you could write on them. So if they wanted to erase them and use them for something different, if you guys haven't seen that, Home Depot and Lowe's, your hardware stores have a chalkboard paint. You can even buy it in small pints, so you're not buying a lot. You could tape off the whole jar except that little rectangle and paint right there and let it dry. And then you just take a piece of chalk and write what they are. So if they get rid of that salt and they want to keep the jar, you can tell them, hey, that's a chalkboard writing. Just erase it and use it for something different. And I like this idea as well. I'll be teaching you guys how to do some infused salts coming up again, like I said, in the next few weeks. Also, I like this too. These are infused salts, but used from your old like beer bottles or whatever, your soda pop bottles, whatever you want to do. This looks like Heineken bottles to me just because of the green color, right? You could clean those up, let them dry, and put infused salts in them and put them into a toolbox or rubs, infused salts for rubs and stuff like that, and put it into a toolbox. And so that your gentlemen have something to take out to the barbecue, but it's not necessarily. You could even put barbecue stuff in there, tongs and spatulas or an apron and whatever, make this whole thing, but putting it in the toolbox. I like this idea, a wooden toolbox. It's definitely, I think, a great gift for our fathers and our men out there. And especially when it comes to barbecuing, I like that a lot. Another thing, I think I showed you this before with the maps. A river, a map of the river even. I just love that. That's really unique. Is that it? I think that might be it. Yep. All right. That is a lot of do-it-yourself gifts. And we have been here for 2 hours. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for staying with me, right? I hope that you enjoyed that. And again, like I said, you could totally reach out and ask me, oh, I really like that one. Can you do that one on your show? I mean, be more than happy to hear from you on what you guys, I have my own suggestions I would like to. Oh, sorry. Okay, awesome. Just saying hello to all my channels. Thank you. And hey, what's up to you too? Thank you so much for being here. I have my own favorites, but maybe they're not something that, it's my favorite. Maybe you want me to show you how to do something that's your favorite. So please reach out to me because you can find me again, like I said, on Truth, and Facebook, it's Lady Hamilton Art, Twitter, Lady Hamilton AR1. You can go to my art website and send me it through the contact me. You can go and it's ladyhamiltonart.com. Just multiple ways to reach out to me because I really want to make sure that I'm doing shows that you guys really want to see. Hey, I don't know how to make candy, or, I told you I was going to make candy, or that one really intrigued me. Could you send me a picture and solutions, or could you do that? Because I'm here to help you guys make your holidays as great as we can make them, especially in times of today. And I know with all the stuff that's going on right now, I really wanted to bring you something that just was totally different today. Give you guys a little bit of happiness, when things are just crazy. We need to have a little bit of happiness and get excited to give our loved ones something from us, something that has a personal touch to let them know how much we love them and care about them. And this is why I like these do-it-yourself ideas, whether you're making candy or canned goods or you're making infused something, or, the map picture. I mean, there's just so many great ideas out there. But that personalized touch, I wish more people would do that more often. I like those gifts so much more than if you just went to a store and bought me something. I really, really do. And I don't know, I hope you guys are that way as well. But that means a lot to me. So we're almost done, but I cannot finish the show without my Friday Artist Corner person. So I have two groups on Truth. I love the groups, everyone. And the first group I have, again, is called Community of Service. So if you guys want to join in a group where we even share these kind of ideas, that's something we can talk about in there. The reason it's private is because I want to put Zoom links in there, and I don't want all the bots to ruin that for me. So, I mean, I want all my friends, I want you all to join that. I just want a safe space, and I don't know, maybe the bots, but I don't think they can join a private group. But my Artist Corner is public, and I get bots in there all the time that I have to kick out. But whether we're sharing recipes, or we're getting together about community issues or national issues, or we're finding ways to support each other, that's why I started the group Community of Service. You guys can find that on True Social. But my other group is the Artist Corner. And you guys make my day. Whether you're an artist or not, I am loving what you're doing. I love what you're creating. I even asked somebody to come, a toolmaker, just come on, because he's making these axes. I've never seen such work. I'm like, wow, and they're individualized. I go, that's art. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, share that on the group. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And he's like, can I share the website where they can buy it? I go, yes, absolutely. So it's not only about sharing your artwork, but you can absolutely share where to get and buy your artwork too in my group. So it's really about helping and promoting you. And it does make my day, because there's so many different forms of art that it's just a pleasure. But I've had him on as a guest before, and he's colorblind, and he almost gave up on his pen and ink drawing and artwork. And I'm like, please, when he was on my show, I was like, please never give that up. He does amazing work. We're going to show you a video of other things he does. But the detail he has on his pen and ink also blows me away. So tonight, for our Artist Corner Artist of the Week, it's the colorblind artist. And I am going to share a video and a image that he sent to me so that I could show you. And I am thrilled. Let me load that up for everyone to see the image of the painting he wanted me to share with you. So let me get that up. Oh, congratulations, Ron. You are really a truly talented artist. And it's absolutely my pleasure to promote you guys. It's so exciting because you guys vote on this. So thank you so much, by the way, for liking on it, sharing on it. We came up with a point system to find out who the Artist of the Week is. But look at this. Look at this DOS hound. I mean, just absolutely beautiful, beautiful work. And super congratulations. You're a great new friend. And I want to also share, he has a video that he's asked me to share. Let's hope True Social lets us do that, because he sent me that link. You guys can find him on True Social under the colorblind artist. Give that a minute to load up here, everyone. He's just another of you fabulous artists. So thrilled to have you in my group. So here we go. Let's share this little video.
Hello, everyone. This is Ron, and this is a sneak peek at one of the paintings I'm currently working on. This is a painting of how to do black fur. I will also be discussing the 3 techniques I use to create depth in a painting. So for a full-length video of this painting and many more, look for the Colorblind Artist, only on Rumble.
Gotta love Rumble. I gotta love Rumble. So you guys will be sharing links below, okay, where you can find them. You can find them on True Social and Rumble as the Colorblind Artist. So a huge congratulations to the Artist of the Week. I love it. And I love highlighting you guys. So if you have not joined that group, even just to look at great art, please do. There's so many different art forms on there, from metalwork to woodwork to recycled materials to poetry to authors to painters to sculptors to musicians. I am loving it. So please come and join, share your creative, or just come to watch and vote and join and see some beautiful artwork. Again, that's the Artist Corner. And then also, if you're interested in joining this community club, and supporting each other and sharing things like this with each other, my other group is called Community of Service. It would be an honor to have you. And I am so thankful for everyone for being here tonight. Please do me a favor and hit the like button, follow, share. Really helps me out. Helps other people see this, helps out my platform so that I can continue bringing this. And especially when I have guests on as well, it's really important to share that, not only for me, but for them as well, because I'm helping you guys try to get your name out there, try to get other people to support each other, because we need to start supporting each other in this nation instead of buying from foreign entities, right? Let's bring it back home. Let's support our locals. Let's support ourselves, and each other as a community. It's my honor to have you. If you would like to be a guest and have something you want to share, or something that you do, something you create, please reach out to me too. I would love to have you on as a guest. It makes my day. I have a wonderful artist. Lynn is coming on next week, and that's great. I also have a great friend we haven't seen, a young patriot coming on as well, and being able to show you their artwork, and this young man, what he's doing, Anthony, what he's doing at the college level will just melt your heart, because I love to see the youth being activated, and being able to see, using their critical thinking minds to see and find truth and to help our nation. And I'm really thrilled that both of them were being able to come on. But I've seen a lot of funerals, so please say some prayers for Anthony. He's had a death in his family as well, and I don't want to start crying, but I've seen a lot of people kind of having some deaths going around here lately. So I do pray for you guys every single day. And I've said it a million times with my Be Blessed one, but I do say and keep you guys in my prayers every single day. And we're all still facing hard times, so we just got to band together and be together and do it together. And we are going to create and be a nation of wonderful people. But you're not alone. There's so many of us out there. And it's my pleasure to be a part of this, to bring this, to help. And even if it's just to bring you some joy and something different than the typical news that we hear every day, right? It is truly a pleasure. So if you guys can, again, if you can hit that like button. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love that you said that. Okay, no crying, but thank you, JJ, and Try, for your sweet words. You guys are going to make me cry. I'm glad that I bring you happiness. That's my goal, right? It brings me such great joy to be a service to others. That's why I said a community of service, because I believe in the simple thing that Christ says, to love and serve one another. It's just that simple. Hard sometimes to do, but if we don't help each other out, then who's going to, right? And I'm so honored to be a service to you. So I have a song that's going to put you a little bit in the holiday spirit. And sorry if I'm a little ahead of it, but since we've been talking about do it yourselves, we're going to finish today with one of my favorite songs, it kind of gets me going for the holiday season. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. I'll have a couple special guests. And so we're kind of a little backwards. Normally I would do a show like this on Sundays, but I have guests this coming Sunday. Hopefully my assistant will be here with us, and Nurse Patrick as well, as my assistant from my school, HamiltonLiberty Academy, is coming out this way. And she's one of my greatest friends of life. So to just see her live, we try to meet every year, and I look forward to, so hopefully she'll be able to come on and say hi to everybody as well. And you guys get to meet my assistant. So who gives, by the way, we all are just giving to the school. That's another great way to help me out. If you want to do something personally for me, and it's people just do not know, they have not heard that my school even exists. And I guess I'm going to have to go back to Facebook more often and maybe even live stream my show with my Facebook channels now, because people aren't hearing. They're just not hearing about True Social or Rumble or these things as they try to suppress us. And you guys all know how I feel about our youth out there. That's my hill. I'm going to fight like hell, because there's so many things, even more than just this whole transgender ideology or whatever's going on. How they're literally keeping our kids back decades behind is unacceptable. So that is something I'm going to continue to fight on like crazy. So again, it's been my pleasure. If you could hit the like button, if you guys could help me out by just sharing things, that's all I'm asking, and I appreciate it. It's something free to do, and you guys know I pray for you every day, and I hope to see everybody on Sunday, 12 p.m., okay, with my wonderful guests. And then again, we'll be back to our normal thing with guests on Friday, next Friday, with some artist and a young, wonderful American young man. And then the Friday or the Sunday after that is going to be my first show that we're doing these do-it-yourself gift ideas and back to cooking some of these wonderful things for Christmas, okay? So I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and be blessed out there. You guys are in my thoughts and my prayers, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Thank you so much. Let me get this loaded up, and hopefully get you guys into the mood. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, big and above. Ding dong, ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they come, praising the sun, oh, hill and dale, tailing the tale. Hey, there is, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they set, on without it, their joyful tone to every home. Bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, big and above. Ding dong, ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they come, praising the sun, oh, in the day, tell their tales. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. On they set, on without it, their joyful tone to every home. Oh, bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, big and above. Ding dong, ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they come, praising the sun, oh, in the day, telling their tales. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. Oh, they said, oh, without it, their joyful song to every home. Oh, they said, oh, without it,